Hi, good morning, statistics students. Put your little book away, put your head up. Sorry, that always takes me a little bit of time to get going again. So today we're going to do scatter plots and correlations. So through the document camera so that you can actually see me use my calculator. I suggest you have your calculator out. Okay. So I'm going to go through making a scatter plot by hand and by calculator, just because not everybody remembers how to do these. And I am not going to use a tremendous amount of data because that is going to take way too long. So I'm going to use just a few of the points from yesterday, not the one written backwards. And you grab one more, 7.75, 73. All right, 5 should be enough. Let's turn off the phone, please. Stop the text messaging. Now, by hand, scatter plot by hand. Let me make sure that I scale my axes the way I want them and label my axes the way I want them. And so I'm going to use these numbers as my explanatory variable and these numbers as my response. So my numbers are going, the lowest one is 6.5, the biggest one is 7.75. So let me start here at the axis at 6. 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8. So, you know, I don't have all my points squished together, and I don't have a horizontal axis that is so long it doesn't fit on my paper. Okay? Now, my vertical axis, and these are actually the hand sizes. My vertical axis is the height. The lowest one is 62.5, the highest one is 73. So maybe I'll do a little squiggly so it won't be right on that horizontal axis. Doesn't matter. So let's start at 60. I gotta get all the way up to 73. So 65, 70, 75, I guess is what I'm gonna do. A little squished. Be nice to have one more data point there, but it didn't work out very evenly, so I didn't do it. Okay? Now let me just put dots. Over 7 up to about 68. There's a dot. Over 6.5 up 62.5. Put a dot. Over 7 up 66.5. Dot there. Over 6.8. So that's 7.5, so about there, and up 65.5. Right there. Oops, should be a little lower than that last one. And over 7.75 and up 73. And there's my scatter plot, and from there, I'm going to describe this relationship. To describe a relationship just looking at the scatter plot, I describe it in direction. That would be, is it positive or negative? I'm going to describe it with form. Is it approximately linear? Or is it a curve? And strength. Is it strong? Does it strongly fit a model, like an exact line, or is it kind of weakly scattered around a line or a curve? Um, okay. So in this particular case, I think that's pretty linear. You know, I can kind of look at that and, you know, like I can take a pencil and cover all of them up pretty well. That's a straight line. So I'm going to describe this. I'm going to call this linear. Those points are pretty close to being a straight line. They're not scattered all about. So I'm going to say it is a strong linear relationship. Oops, and I didn't leave room for the other word that I need. And is that positive or negative? Positive. Slope of that line would have been positive. So this is a strong positive linear relationship. So I'll describe using 3 words. All right. So next I might want to throw those in my calculator. So let's review how you do that. Now, I had some stats homework from last night that's in my calculator. Not yours, my stats homework. It wasn't particularly pretty. Way too many numbers I had to put in. So I'm going to get rid of all those numbers by arrowing up to L1. Oh, do you know how we get to this page? Stat. Number 1, edit. Okay. I arrow all the way up to the top, and which button do I hit? Clear. Don't hit delete. Then you have to go get your list back, and then enter. And I'll arrow over to the second list, because I have 2 variables, all the way up to the top till the L2 is backlit. Hit clear, and enter. Now, I will enter the 5 numbers over here. I'll put these in list 1. Kind of the default is list 1 for the explanatory, list 2 for the response. So it means I don't have to enter quite as much when I run particular things. Oops, 7.75 and 68, 62.5, 66.5, 65.5, 73. Okay. Those 2 lists have to be the same length. Yes, sir. What should it have been? 7.75. Thank you. Got it. Much better. Thank you. Okay. Let's go in and graph the scatter plot on your calculator. You ready? Okay. I'm going to go into stat plots. Second stat plot. I'm going to turn the stat plot on. So I'm going to go into number 1. I'm going to turn this one on. The plot that I want is the first scatter plot looking thing. That last scatter plot looking thing was the normal probability plot. That's not the one I want. I want the first one, which is a plain old scatter plot. The second one will connect the lines. I don't want it to do that. My X list is list 1, okay. My Y list is list 2. If you need to change that, change that. And mine's going to mark with little squares. Yes, ma'am? No, that's the normal probability plot that will tell us, given a single set of data, not 2 sets, given a single set of data, will tell us how close that is to a normal model, standardized normal model. Okay, but if we just want to plot these points like I did on the piece of paper, that's the first scatter plot. Okay, before I go anywhere, I like to go into my y equals.